Squadron 42 animations. Do you remember recently we talked about metrics a lot? Well, recently at IMS we captured a whole bunch of universal transitions. These are transitions that get us into and out of usable objects. Some of the stuff that we have been working on are Lego pieces. Do you remember the metrics that we had talked about before in previous episodes? Well, here's one of the examples of what I'm talking about. These are some of our universal transitions. We went to the stage and actually shot a bunch of animations that fit our template for metrics. So as you can see, we have all these arrows here showing the metrics of how to get into an object, and we went to the sound stage over at Imaginarium Studios and we shot a bunch of universal transitions. You can see all the different ways a character can actually enter this in particular usable. This can be used across the board. It could be used for, in this case, we kind of have it set up for a mess hall table that you'd see in a cafeteria, but it could be used for anything. It could be like cockpits in certain ships. It could be anywhere that a character can actually sit down. And you can see that we have a bunch of different ways that an AI can actually approach an object and enter it and then exit. And the reason why all these are important and the reason why that we shot these universal transitions is so that we have one piece of animation that we can go to for everything. And what we'll do is we'll take this and we'll motion edit this to work with the mess hall table. We'll do another motion edit and we'll edit it to work with booths inside of bars and restaurants and other various venues that you can go and sit down in. This allows AI and in some cases characters to players to actually approach a usable, and when they hit the use button they'll play a much smoother, much nicer animation to be able to sit down. These are all in the works, and we should be able to see all these at some point in Squadron 42 and in Persistent Universe. Along with some of the other things that we've been doing, which are setting up metrics for usable objects, so grabbing something, in this case a data pad, and being able to actually use it. This happens to be a transfer of data animation that you'll see inside Squadron 42 at some point, where you go aboard this derelict spaceship and you see this data pad floating. You got to grab it, you got to interact with it to achieve the mission. So we're doing a lot of these, in particular, interactive animations as well. Here's an example of when you first interact with an object, in this case a data pad. You need a boot up sequence. So I'm going to just boot this thing up here and get ready to transfer some data. And we're going through and we're fine-tuning these animations of grabbing things, holstering these things if it's an NPC walking around. We're doing lots of finger articulation. All the animators here are hard at work polishing a lot of these animations that we have been working on for so long. This also includes something that is kind of the pet project for our animation director here, and that's the deck crew sequence, where you get to experience this as close to this amazing jet pilot military takeoff as you possibly can from the deck of an aircraft carrier.
Hey guys, so I'm working on the deck crew animation, so let's take a look. So what you're going to see here is I'm going to play two different camera angles. The first camera angle that you're seeing right now is what the player will see. It's a rough representation, so still work in progress. The next will be a camera switcher, so you can see all the different positions. These animations are fully interactive. They are not canned. That is if there's an explosion, if they get shot, if the ship lists or something like that, you'll see them fall over and get sucked out into space and react to whatever's happening around them. So the other thing too is that these are completely scalable also. So on a bigger ship, like let's say like the Bengal, for launching bigger ships, we can go through and we can adjust for that. All right, so I'm going to play the second camera angle here, okay, and I'm going to talk about the different crew positions. So this is the yellow plane director. I'm just going to step out, let everybody know that that everything's safe. Everybody comes in from the orange safe zone and starts checking to make sure the craft is ready for launch. These are the green shirts that are doing all the checking here. Yellow plane director says hold. Is everybody safe? Okay, now I'm getting ready to pass this off to the shooter. Pass the ball off. Ball goes to him. Jet blast of flight goes up. They give the thumbs up. Shooter finishes the hover hand signal, and signals the pilot to throttle up. And the shooter, once everything's safe, launches the craft. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it.